Welcome to the Pathway to Leadership Deep Dive. Leadership advice, it's kind of everywhere.
Totally.
But John Gagnon, his Pathway to Leadership program really stood out to me. What makes Gagnon different?
Oh,
It's not just another guru, spouting theory.
right.
He built this approach on his own journey
Yeah.
from like childhood dreams of, military glory and then like the reality of boot camp
Right, exactly.
and then navigating the corporate world.
Yeah, I think what's so interesting is how he uses that to debunk leadership myths.
Yeah.
It's not about some innate charisma, like you're born with the leader gene.
Right.
He flips the script and shows us that leadership is built through hard work,
Right.
discipline,
Mm.
and a willingness to constantly learn and adapt.
So it's like he's saying you have to unlearn what you think you know about leadership
Right.
before you can actually become a leader.
Exactly.
So he starts by sharing these childhood aspirations
Yeah.
of being a military leader, like all these heroic figures,
Yes,
right?
right. Inspired by them.
But then boot camp happens.
Yeah, exactly. He hits that wall of reality where it's not about just effortlessly commanding respect like in the movies.
Right.
It's about resilience, pushing your limits,
Yeah,
and honestly, getting comfortable being uncomfortable.
I like that.
And this is where I think it gets really interesting because he points out how many companies just throw people into leadership roles
Yes,
without any real training.
totally. It's like, congrats on the promotion. Now figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
And no wonder so many people struggle.
Right.
So how does Pathway to Leadership actually fill that gap?
Well, he uses this brilliant analogy of leadership as a combination lock.
Ooh, I like it.
To unlock your leadership potential, you need to find the right numbers in your unique combination.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love a good analogy.
Mhm.
But what do those numbers actually represent?
Well, think of it like this. Each number stands for a specific skill,
Okay.
trait, or mindset.
Okay.
That makes a great leader. It could be communication, emotional intelligence,
Yeah.
strategic thinking,
Mm-hmm.
or the ability to inspire others.
Yeah.
Everyone's combination is different.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly, yeah.
You can't just copy someone else's style
Right,
and expect it to work for you.
exactly. And this is where self-awareness becomes crucial.
Yeah.
John stresses the importance of being brutally honest with yourself,
Oh, I like that.
taking a personal inventory of your strengths
Yeah.
and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
He uses these powerful phrases like, what parts of the code do you already have?
I like that.
It's about figuring out which numbers you've already got and which ones are still missing.
It sounds like he's saying you can't build on your strengths
Right.
or address your weaknesses if you don't have a clear picture
Right.
of where you stand.
Absolutely. And that's where I think a lot of people get stuck.
Yeah.
They're either too afraid to honestly assess themselves or they try to be someone they're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Gagnon's approach is all about embracing your individuality
Right.
and leveraging it to become a more effective leader.
That's so refreshing
Yeah,
because so much leadership advice focuses on fitting into a mold.
exactly. Yeah, but Gagnon, he's all about finding your authentic leadership style.
Okay.
And he gives you the tools to do it. He breaks down these complex concepts into practical, actionable steps.
I like that.
In fact, if you're really looking to unlock your leadership potential, I highly recommend checking out his Pathway to Leadership YouTube channel.
Awesome.
It's a goldmine of valuable insights.
I love that he's making this kind of information accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
Leadership shouldn't be some exclusive club.
Absolutely, yeah. He believes anyone in any position can benefit from developing their leadership skills. And the best part, it can actually help you make more money.
Okay, now you've got my attention.
Right.
Tell me more about that.
Well, think about it. When you invest in developing your leadership skills, you become a more valuable asset to any company.
Okay.
You can take on more responsibility, solve problems more effectively,
No.
and contribute at a higher level. All of that leads to greater earning potential.
So it's not just about feeling good.
Right.
It's about increasing your value in the marketplace.
Exactly. And John's YouTube channel provides practical advice on how to do just that.
Okay.
It's like he's giving you the keys to unlock your leadership potential and boost your career. But it all starts with that self-assessment, knowing your strengths, weaknesses, and yes, those missing combination numbers.
It's like he's saying, look, leadership isn't magic. It's a skill you can develop. And I'm going to show you how.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not about waiting for someone to give you permission to lead. It's about stepping up, taking initiative, and demonstrating those leadership qualities in everything you do.
I'm already starting to think about my own leadership combination.
Right.
What are my strengths? What do I need to work on? This is getting me fired up.
That's the power of Gagnon's message.
Yeah.
It's not just about learning leadership theories.
Right.
It's about taking action and becoming the best leader you can be.
And for our listeners who are ready to take that first step, you can find John Gagnon's Pathway to Leadership channel on YouTube. Seriously, go check it out. You won't regret it.
I completely agree. It's an incredible resource for anyone who wants to level up their leadership game and potentially boost their income.
Yeah.
You know?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
One thing that really struck me about John's approach is how he weaves in his military experience.
Yeah.
It's not just about the slogans and imagery, although those definitely grab your attention.
Right. He talks about, aiming high, being all you can be.
Right.
Becoming one of the few and the proud.
Right, exactly.
But I'm curious, how does that actually translate to leadership in a regular workplace?
Right.
Not all of us are running obstacle courses or leading troops into battle.
Right, yeah. It's not about turning your office into a boot camp.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, those core military values, discipline, perseverance, pushing your limits, those are all applicable to any field.
Right.
It's about having that mindset of constantly striving for excellence, even when things get tough.
So it's like taking those principles of pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone and applying them to your everyday work life.
Exactly, yeah. Think about a time you faced a really challenging project at work.
Yeah.
Maybe you had to learn a new skill, work longer hours, deal with difficult people.
Yeah.
That's where those military-inspired values can really kick in. It's about having the grit to push through, the discipline to stay focused, and the resilience to bounce back from setbacks.
It's interesting because I think a lot of people, myself included, we might shy away from those challenges.
Right.
But Gagnon seems to be saying that embracing those difficult moments is actually key to growth.
Absolutely. Yeah. He doesn't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Leadership isn't about always feeling comfortable and confident.
Right.
It's about stepping outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Testing your limits.
Yeah.
And realizing that you're capable of more than you think.
Okay.
And that's where the real growth happens.
Yeah.
Both personally and professionally.
So it's not just about becoming a better leader.
Right.
It's about becoming a stronger, more resilient person overall.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's what makes John's approach so appealing. It's not just about climbing the corporate ladder.
Right.
Or making more money. Although those can be nice perks.
Yeah.
It's about becoming the best version of yourself.
Now, speaking of making more money, I know you mentioned earlier that developing your leadership skills can have a positive impact on your income.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that a bit more?
Sure. Think about it this way. When you become a more effective leader, you're naturally able to contribute more to your organization.
Okay.
You can take on more responsibility,
Yeah.
manage teams more effectively, solve complex problems.
Yeah.
All of that makes you a more valuable asset.
Right.
And companies are willing to pay for that value.
So it's not just about asking for a raise.
Right.
It's about becoming the kind of person who deserves a raise.
Exactly. It's about investing in yourself.
Yeah.
Developing your skills and proving your worth through your actions and results. And honestly, John Gagnon's YouTube channel is a fantastic resource for anyone who's serious about doing that.
Sure.
He provides practical tips, real-world examples, actionable advice that you can start implementing right away.
One of the things I appreciate about Gagnon is he doesn't just throw a bunch of information at you and say, good luck.
Yeah.
He provides a clear framework, that combination lock analogy,
Right.
and then helps you figure out how to actually apply it to your own life.
Yeah, he breaks down complex concepts into manageable steps.
Right.
Making it feel less overwhelming and more achievable.
Yeah.
Like he's holding your hand through the process of becoming a better leader.
And he doesn't shy away from the tough stuff either.
Right.
He talks about the importance of self-awareness,
Yeah,
confronting your weaknesses, and being willing to make mistakes.
that's right. He emphasizes that leadership is a journey,
Yeah.
not a destination.
Yeah.
You're going to face challenges, make mistakes, and have to learn from those experiences.
Right.
It's about embracing that process of continuous growth and development.
It's like he's saying, look, you're not going to be perfect, but you can always be better.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And it's that mindset of continuous improvement that sets true leaders apart. They're not afraid to acknowledge their weaknesses,
Right.
seek feedback,
Yeah.
and constantly strive to learn and grow.
So it's not about pretending to have all the answers.
Right.
It's about being open to learning from others
Yeah,
and constantly, expanding your knowledge and skills.
precisely. And I think that's what makes Gagnon's approach so effective. He combines his military experience,
Yeah.
business acumen, and genuine passion for helping others into a framework that's both inspiring and practical.
It's like he's saying, look, I've been there.
Right.
I've made the mistakes and I've learned from them. Now let me share what I've discovered with you so you can avoid those pitfalls and accelerate your own leadership journey.
Yes. And he doesn't gatekeep his knowledge. He makes it freely available on his YouTube channel,
Yeah,
which is pretty amazing when you think about the value he's offering.
it's true. You could easily imagine him charging hundreds of dollars for a leadership seminar
Oh, yeah.
or online course.
For sure.
But he's chosen to share this information for free.
Right.
I think that speaks volumes about his character
Yeah.
and his genuine desire to help others succeed.
I completely agree. It's refreshing to see someone who's not just in it for the money,
Yeah.
but who genuinely wants to empower others to reach their full potential.
And I think that's what makes his message so resonant.
Yeah.
He's not just talking about leadership in the abstract.
Right.
He's talking about becoming a better human being.
Absolutely. And that's something we can all aspire to,
Yeah.
regardless of our job title, industry, or background.
So for our listeners who are ready to dive deeper into John's world and start unlocking their own leadership potential, where can they find him?
Head over to YouTube and search for Pathway, the number 2, Leadership. You'll find John Gagnon's channel,
Okay.
which is packed with valuable insights and practical advice on how to step up and become the leader you are meant to be.
And seriously, if you're looking to boost your career, increase your income, and become a more confident, effective leader,
Yeah.
John Gagnon's channel is a fantastic resource. It's like having a personal leadership coach in your pocket.
It's true. He provides actionable tips, real-world examples, and a clear framework for developing your leadership skills.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for?
This whole deep dive into John Gagnon's Pathway to Leadership,
Mm-hmm.
it's really got me thinking about my own leadership combination.
Right.
Like a light bulb went off.
Yeah.
I've always considered myself a leader in certain areas,
Right.
but now I'm seeing those missing numbers, those areas where I could really step up.
Yeah. That's fantastic. That's exactly the kind of self-awareness that Gagnon encourages. It's not about beating yourself up for what you lack,
Right.
but recognizing those gaps and seeing them as opportunities for growth.
Right. It's about saying, okay, here's where I can improve. Here are the skills I need to develop to become a more effective leader. And the best part is Gagnon actually provides the tools
Yeah.
and resources to help you do that.
He doesn't just leave you hanging with a bunch of theoretical concepts. He gives you practical steps, actionable advice,
Right.
even specific exercises you can do to develop those missing combination numbers.
Yeah, I like that.
It's like having a roadmap for your leadership journey.
And it's not just about, leading a team
Right.
or having like a fancy title.
Right.
It's about taking ownership of your own growth and development,
Yeah.
no matter what your role or position.
Absolutely. Gagnon emphasizes that leadership is a mindset, not a position. It's about taking initiative, demonstrating those leadership qualities in everything you do,
Yeah.
and inspiring others by your actions.
So it's not about waiting for someone to give you permission to lead.
Right.
It's about stepping up and becoming the leader you were meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's such an empowering message,
It is.
especially for those who, might feel stuck or undervalued
Right.
in their current roles.
It's about recognizing that you have the potential to lead no matter where you are in your career or life.
Right.
And John Gagnon gives you the tools and the inspiration to make that happen.
It's really inspiring to see someone who's walked the walk.
Yeah.
Who's taken his own experiences and used them to create a program that's genuinely helping others.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not doing it for the fame or fortune.
Right.
He's doing it because he genuinely wants to make a difference.
And I think that's what makes his work so impactful.
Yeah.
It's not just about theory or buzzwords. It's about real-world experience.
Right.
And a genuine desire to empower others.
And I think that's what's resonated with me the most
Yeah.
throughout this deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about learning how to be a better leader. It's about becoming a better human being.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
about developing those qualities of character,
Yeah.
resilience and integrity that make us better leaders, better colleagues, and better human beings.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into John Gagnon's Pathway to Leadership, I want to leave you with this. If leadership is a combination lock, what numbers are you still missing?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What steps will you take to find them and unlock your full leadership potential?
Remember, those resources are out there. John's YouTube channel is a goldmine of practical advice and inspiration. Don't wait for permission to lead. Start today.
Thank you for listening to Pathway to Leadership.